All right, take it away, Mickey.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Unity on the River, our second live Zoom service. And today we have a special guest. Well, actually, she's special to Unity because we all know and love her. And she doesn't really need a introduction, but I will give her one anyway. It's our very own Cyndi Swall. And she will be talking about leveraging the great pause, creating sacred opportunity. Um, I want to read a little bit about what she'll be talking about. So, this is what she wrote down for us. I've heard it said that this time in history will forever be known as the Great Pause. And if we come out the other side of this mess, the same person as when it started, we will have missed the sacred opportunity to reflect and learn and grow in the ways that never thought possible. So today, we are going to join Cyndi, our Unity consultant guide, as she walks us through the questions that will lead to deeper understanding and discovery during these challenging times. And so I guess we'll be looking at what will be your new normal. So now I'd like to hand it over to Meg for our prayer.
Good morning, everyone. So, as we usually do at Unity, we start everything in prayer because we know that prayer lights up our lives and brings the sacred into every moment. So, I just invite you to close your eyes and come into your heart space. And know that this is where God resides. And God is here because we are here. The Mother, Father, God, Creator, the All. We are in gratitude and deep acceptance of this experience today to open our senses to the love and the light and the joy that we all are. So we bless this morning. We bless Cyndi in her talk. We bless the musicians. We're so delighted to be here with you. And we bless all of you and this whole glorious world that we are so delighted to be a part of at this sacred time in history. And we know that we are the ones we are waiting for. Take it away, Brian. Love you.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Yeah.
That was wonderful. We're going to stay in the same theme with We All Are One.
No, because we're coming out.
We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. No matter where we are born, we are human beings. Same chemistry, emotions and feelings are corresponding. And love, compatible. You can't get around it no matter how hard you try. You better believe it. And if you should find out that you are no different than I, reply, we all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. The only difference I can see is in the conscience, in the shade of our skin. It doesn't matter, we laugh, we chatter, we smile. We all live for hope, and the feelings that make us, the faces always renew. So true. And would you believe that I have those same feelings as you? The same as you. We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. Look at the children, they're having fun with no regards to why. They all look different, but deep inside, the feelings of love they don't hide. They don't hide. They don't hide. We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one. We are the same person. I'll be you, you'll be me. We all are one, same universal world. I'll be you, you'll be me. We are one.
Oh, that was gorgeous, Brian. Hallelujah. It's in D. We're gonna move into a time of meditation, which Cyndi is gonna delightfully bring us into, and we're gonna start with this gorgeous song by India Ari. It's called "I Am Light." am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of any brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of any dreams I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light.
Big deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. I want you to visualize a stream of pure white light coming from the universe. And visualize that light coming straight into the center of your heart. Just let your heart expand with this spiritual energy. You feel it come into your heart, and you feel the light expand your heart till it becomes full, so that it overflows with love and light. And then allow that love and light to float up into your throat, surrounding your throat chakra, nourishing and expanding your throat. Because this is the voice that you will use in your new normal. And take that light up into your head, filling it with the light of clarity, allowing it to stimulate the higher centers of the mind and radiate this stream of light right out of the third eye. Feel it open. Feel the expansion. Just be with that for just a minute. And draw the light out the top of your head, just opening that crown chakra completely. As you feel it widen, radiate the white light from the heart up, out of the crown chakra, and just fill the room that you're in with this light. Feel the flow of love and healing and radiate it into your community. And there's so much love and expansion. It radiates out into the entire state that you live in and the country and around the world. And see this light wrap itself around this healing globe. And I want you to come back and visualize in the heart chakra to draw in more healing light, because this is a never-ending stream of light. And let it circulate this light throughout the rest of your body. If there's any blockage or tension that you notice in your body, just concentrate the healing light into that blockage and allow it to clear. Big deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And by this time, your body should be glowing with light. And allow it to flow to the solar plexus chakra area, right in the center of your belly. Push it through the emotional body and out the solar plexus and radiate that light into the room. Feel that light expand and open your emotional body. We've come to anesthetize ourselves during times of challenge, and it's time to feel again. Let the love and light flow through your body and radiate it all back into the universe. Be with this feeling, because as we all are doing this, we're sharing our love with each other. And that is Unity on the River. Big deep breath through the nose. And slowly out through the mouth. As you exhale, feel your shoulders drop. Feel the clarity and the warmth that you have in your body and mind. And as you feel comfortable, open your eyes and come back in the room with us.
That was so beautiful. I just feel that light going everywhere. So please join in with us as we sing Surely the Presence. 1, 2, 3. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Thank you, Meg. Can I just say first and foremost how excited I am to be back with my Unity on the River family. I wish I was there to give you big hugs, but I'm so happy to be with you. It's great to see your faces again. I'm so happy. And I love how this community is so musical, right? So there's so, like, everything you do starts with a song. And you think about it from an emotional standpoint, there's nothing more healing than music. I am not a musician. I wish I were. I've tried. It's not pretty, but I think that we all have that music in us, and we all have that song that we want to sing. And I'm reminded, as you were singing along there, of a quote by T.S. Eliot that I love that says, and it's really relevant to what we're going to talk about today. And he says, for last year's words belong to last year's language, and this year's words await another voice. We cannot get where we need to go with the same language that we have been using over the course of the last year. So even though this is not a new year, every day begins a new opportunity for us to have new conversations. I love the concept that I heard not so long ago about the great pause, because in essence, this great pause, it thinks about there's never been a time in history where the world simply stopped, ever. And so the premise of this is that if you leave this great pause exactly the same person as when you came in it, you will have missed that great sacred opportunity to stop and to reflect and to ask yourself some really important questions, right? And really, it has to do with deciding how we're going to be growing in the future. What is happening on the planet right now is inexplicably incredible. It is without a doubt the greatest gift ever unwrapped. And I'm not talking about the pandemic, not the virus. I'm talking about this great pause, because at no other time in our lives will we have the opportunity to take this period of time and just clarify what's important to us. And we're at a really pivotal place right now in this pandemic where people are vastly disparate as far as how they're choosing to operate in the world. And I know that you all have seen this. It ranges everywhere from irreverently acting like nothing is happening at all to total isolation and deeply rooted fear. And somewhere, mostly in the middle, is a lot of just really vocal judgment and criticism of any perspective outside of our own. And as if we haven't had enough circumstances in the last couple of years to create division, it's seeking reasons really just to be pissed off and afraid has kind of become our norm. And it's not sustainable. We can't come from a place of love and logic and caring and growth from this place of fear and anger. And so more than any other time since the announcement of this pandemic, we have some really significant decisions to make about what we're going to be doing, who we're going to be when all of this is said and done. So the virus, I think, obviously has wreaked devastating damage to physical bodies, but I think that that's minute in comparison to the emotional and cultural toll that this has taken. So like most of you, I mean, I've lost friends and family members to this atrocity, and I don't in any way want to minimize it. Please understand that. That said, I'd like you to consider some of the lesser known realities of this outbreak, the things that you're not going to hear on the news networks. I have a journalism degree. I went to school to be an anchorwoman. I spent about 6 months in the field before I realized that we're not really reporting the news. We're reporting what people will buy. And so I want to share with you just some of the data that you may not have heard on the news. What this trauma has shown us cannot be unseen. And here's what I'm talking about. A carless Los Angeles has clear blue skies. Pollution is almost completely disseminated from there. In quiet pockets of New York City, you can actually hear birds chirp in the middle of Madison Avenue. Coyotes have been spotted on the Golden Gate Bridge. Families are talking to each other and having dinner together. Children are active and creative and engaged in kinesthetic learning rather than being forced to sit for 8 hours a day without moving and then put on Ritalin because they can't do it. So I just want us to consider these are postcard images of what the world might be like if we could find a way to have a less deadly daily effect on the planet and more importantly on each other. So the cat's out of the bag is what I'm saying. We, not just as a nation, but as a globe, have deeply disturbing problems, but you know, that's not news, right? We all know that, and we can focus on that or we can focus on the positivity. That's not where I'm going with this. But they're problems that we ignore every single day. Not because we're terrible people or because we don't care about fixing them, but because we don't have time. I don't know if you've noticed that. Busy is the new black, right? So I'm sorry, but we got other stuff that we got to do. The plain truth is, no matter our ethnicity, religion, gender, political party, not even our socioeconomic status, certainly as Americans, we share this. We're busy. We're so busy. We're out and about hustling, making our own lives work. We have goals to meet and meetings to attend and mortgages to pay. And all while the phone is ringing and our laptop is buzzing. And then when we get home, we've got, you know, Crate and Barrel or Louis Vuitton or Netflix to make us feel good enough so that we can get up the next day and do it all over again. So it's really easy, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to close your eyes to the problem when you barely have enough time to close them to sleep. So please understand, I get it. I get it. But the greatest misconception right now among all of us, which causes, I think, the deepest and most painful social and political tension every day in this country, is that somehow that we don't care about each other. Like, I don't know about you, but like, show of hands, is there anybody in here that doesn't care about anybody but themselves? Well, except Brian, of course. course, which I don't believe that for a second, by the way. But I think that that's the big challenge that we're running into. There's the assumption that if someone makes the decision, like we're all doing the best we can with the information we have, right? We're all doing our own research. This is unprecedented. We don't know what is happening. We're all doing our own research. We're all doing the best that we can. But we still have this assumption that if somebody disagrees with us, that they don't care about anybody. We believe that white people don't care about the problems of Black America. We believe that men don't care about the women's rights, or that cops don't care about communities that they serve, or that humans don't care about the environment. And that, I believe, that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, we do care. We just don't have the time to do anything about it. Or maybe that's just me. But maybe that's you too. So what I would like us to consider during this great pause is, I'm not here to tell you what cause you should serve. I'm just here to really open your mind to the possibility of a greater future than we've ever had before, if in fact we have a cause, whatever it is that is important to you. So this treadmill that we've been on for decades, it just stopped, bam, right? Threw us all right on the ground so hard, we don't even know what hit us. And so it just feels weird. Anybody else feel that way? It just feels really weird. And if we want to build a better world for our kids, for ourselves, we have to pay attention to how we feel right now. And I can't speak for you, but I can imagine you might feel a little like I have over the last year. Or people and my clients, people that I've talked to, my family, people are feeling devastated, depressed even, heartbroken, maybe even a little bit lost because your world has really been turned upside down for some of you. And we all want that feeling of normalcy, right? We want things to be normal again. We all want it. But the need for comfort is very real. But I'm going to ask you, I'm going to beg of you right now to take a deep breath and consider that this may be our only chance to define a new version of normal. A rare and truly sacred opportunity to get rid of all the crap and only bring back what works for us. The stuff we really, really want. The things that make our lives richer, make our kids happier. And finally, to just bring back the things that make us truly proud. That's our opportunity right now, folks. Now, let me bring it home for you a little bit. I'm not suggesting that we just all take a more active role in making the world a better place. I mean, I am saying that. But the best place really for us to start this process is at home, like where we are right now, where most of us are stuck right now. Better yet, to think about it in your own habits, in your own belief systems, in your boundaries or lack thereof, if you will. So when you look at every aspect of your life, your relationships, the work that you do, where you live, your habits, your old belief systems, we get to recondo the crap out of all of it right now, right? We care deeply about one another. And that's really clear. Like you see that in every Zoom memorial service or drive-by birthday party or every supportive Facebook post, right? Where people are helping to take care of each other. You see people dropping meals off for their neighbors or picking up their medications. We're good people. We are good people. And as good people, we want to define our life on our terms. So what the world looks like in 5, 10, or 50 years, this is our chance to do that. And this is the biggest chance we've ever gotten. Like, this is the best one we're ever going to get. So I really want you to hear that and understand that. So we talked about bringing it home. We can do that on a personal scale in our homes. And we can do that by how we choose to spend our family time, the time with our loved ones on nights, on weekends. We can do that by determining what it is we watch and what we listen to, what we eat, what we choose to spend our dollars on and where we choose to spend them. We can do that in what truths we tell and what leaders we vote in and who we give power to. If we want cleaner air, we can make that happen. If we want to protect our doctors and our nurses and our essential workers, we can make that happen. If we want millions of kids to be able to eat, if suddenly their school is closed, we can make that happen. And yes, if we just want a simpler life or to feel safe in our own home or have less stress or connect more with source, guess what? We can make that happen. So here's how we do it on a global scale. So let's think about that. And I'm going to share some data with you that I've done some research with what they consider to be the top 5 global threats on humanity as it relates to the United Nations. So I did a little bit of research on that. I'm going to share some data with you, and I'm not doing it to bum you out. I'm doing it to give you some insight into where you might want to put some energy. Because globally, what we know about a global community is that it's just a collection of the sum of its parts, right? It's just like a spiritual community, right? A spiritual community is only as good as the people who are a part of the community, right? The community itself, even a church building, is an inanimate object, right? So in and of itself, it doesn't have a culture, it doesn't have a personality, it doesn't have a future. But the people in it create that culture. And so it's the same thing. When we look at the global opportunities and the issues that are at hand for us, we have to figure out what's my role in all of that and act like it's actually important. So research the organizations that support issues that are near and dear to your heart. Donate your time, your talents, your treasures. According to the United Nations, the biggest global threats to humanity right now, according to their top 22 list, the top 5 are food security. And I'll give you a little bit of data around that: health and medical care, child health and primary education, gender equality, empowerment work in Africa. And that one actually surprised me that would be one of the top 5, but I'll tell you why. And then of course the global environmental issue, which include things like habitat and biodiversity loss, ocean conservation, water scarcity. Those are the big ones that come into play. So let me share with you a little bit of data that I pulled off the United Nations website, which is kind of interesting. So let's look at the global environmental issues. 3/4 of land-based environment and about 66% of marine environment has been significantly altered by human action, like completely because of what we've done. 1/3 of the world's land surface, 75% of fresh water resources are now devoted to crop or livestock production, right? Raw timber harvest increased 45% since 1970. And so basically they're saying between 100 and 300 million people are at increased risk of flood and hurricane because of the coastal habitats and the problems we're running into there. 60% maximally sustained ability as far as it relates to fishing. And here's the big one: heavy metals, solvents, toxic sludge, other waste from industrial facilities dumped annually produce more than 400 ocean dead zones to a combined area greater than that of the United Kingdom. What the what? Like, are you kidding me right now? But here's the good news. Here's what I want you to hear. This report also says, hey, guess what? It's not too late. It's not too late to make a significant difference. But all we need are fundamental system-wide reorganization across technological, economic, social factors. So basically, in essence, is what they're saying is that if everybody actually takes an interest and at a local level makes a difference in their local environment, that's going to shift this environmental challenges that we're running into. So you start looking at some of these factors. We look at if we look at food security, right? So in the area of food security, is that basically saying 690 million people went hungry in 2019 and up another 2.5 million people by 2021. So nearly 70 million people in 5 years. It's crazy. Health and medical care. Spending on health is outpacing the rest of all of the global economy, particularly in low and middle income areas. Children's health, primary education. Poverty affects poverty children affects, let me start all over. Poverty affects children disproportionately, right? Because they don't have any control over some of these factors. So, 149 million children under the age of 5 are stunted, right? So when we start looking at the factors coming into play, health and medical care, gender equality, empowerment work in Africa, this is one I was going to share with you. Africa is perceived as the most corrupt region in the world, so that's not particularly surprising, but also the most underdeveloped. And here's the problem, is that the population over the past 4 to 5 years has increased almost 50%, right? So when you start looking at, there's strong evidence also that the warming in Africa is, significantly decreasing the level of crops that they can produce. I mean, there's so many things that are going on. And I also want you to consider at a community level, right? So look at the big stuff that the United Nations is working on. And this is what we tend to do. And those of you who are on the board for the ministry, you'll understand this, because I see this all the time, is that, and this was the whole reason we went through the transformation experience at Unity on the River, was so that we could have a more community-centric model, right? So that everything what didn't lie on the shoulders of the minister and the board. But a lot of times I'll hear congregates say, well, the board needs to do this or the board needs to do that. It's like the board can make some decisions and they can take some initial action, but nothing happens until the entire community gets involved. And so it's the same kind of thing. We can say, well, the United Nations is working on that, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. But at the end of the day, they're just representatives for us. And so figuring out how we can make a difference is huge. So let's talk about then the influence that you can have within your own circle of influence. Like, what are some things you can do? One of the first things you can do is, from a political standpoint, is to know your candidate platforms and vote the issues, not the party. If you go into a third grade class and you ask them who they're voting for president, who do you think they're voting for? Whoever their parents voted for. That's their only world. That's all they know. And so here's a staggering statistic for you. And it's not good or bad, it's just a statistic. But I was reading some research on the Gallup polls, and it's saying basically 72% of current population still votes the same party that their parents voted for. 72%. So most of the information that we have taken in about how the world operates and how we should believe about things was instilled in us before the age of 8 years old. And so if in fact that's the case and we ever question it for validity, here's an opportunity for us during this great pause to do our own research, right? To take a look at I can't tell you how many times prior to the last couple of years, I would go in and vote party because I was like, I don't even know any of these people. Who's running for Democratic committeeman or Republican chairman, or like, I don't know these people. Who's running for sheriff? I don't know any of these people. You just click party. Anybody else do that? You don't have to say yay. I'm just saying we do that, right? And so understanding what are the platforms and what are we actually voting into office, because those are the people making the decisions for your community. If you don't vote at all because you're sick of the whole system, then you lose all your rights to complain. So let me just say that. Support community service projects that are going on in your area and invest in those people who do that also. It may look like blankets to warming shelters. It might be volunteering to do park and rec cleanup. Maybe you cook for a homeschool lunch program, or you help to pay to keep heat on for your neighbor, or whatever it is that you do. Here's a big one. I'm going to share this with you because it impacted me personally in a lot of ways. Please use your social media platform for good instead of filling your newsfeed with complaining and fear and negative content. For your own mental health, unfollow people who fill your feed with toxic messages. We become a product of the things that we absorb, right? Social media platform is awesome. I run my business off of social media. I keep up with you guys and all the cool stuff that you're doing on social media. I use social media to listen to music and to educate myself and to use YouTube tutorials to figure out how to build my website. It's an awesome tool. But like, bad news spreads faster than good news. And I think it's really important for us to make sure that how we're using our social media, we're doing in a way that is uplifting. And we all have a platform, we all have opinions about things, but I've literally unfollowed people in my immediate family because it's like, I don't want to consume that at this phase of my life. And then finally, here's what you can do within the walls of your own home and your own heart. Number one, take a non-judgmental inventory of your life right now and ask yourself, what do you miss about your life prior to COVID? What are some things that you can't do now that you really loved that you aren't able to do right now? And take an inventory of that. And more importantly, I want you to notice what and who you don't miss. What do you not miss? Do you not miss going into the office? Do you not miss certain people that you've had to spend a lot of time with by default? So do you not miss certain activities that would have been obligatory that you didn't necessarily want to do, but now you're off the hook. Maybe it's organizations you belong to that no longer serve you, whatever it is. I want you to get really clear about the things and the habits, the activities, and the people. Yes, I said people, that you are willing to leave behind as you enter your new normal. The boundaries that you are willing to set. Consider what habits also that you've developed since you've either been sequestered at home or started working in different ways or operating in different ways. Maybe you've learned to cook healthier. The things that are serving you. Maybe you've built yourself a little home workout routine, or maybe your family now is eating dinner together, or you check in with your mom more often. I want you to think about the things that you have incorporated that when we go back to normal, which, as you know, is not actually going to happen, which, by the way, that's not a bad thing. As you move into your new normal that you get to create, by the way. So as you start to create this new normal for yourself, ask yourself the questions: what do I miss that I want to bring back? What do I not miss that is not going to be a part of my experience going forward? So I want you to think about those things. Right? I want you to notice your physical environment. Where can you eliminate clutter, clear space for what you truly want? What have you been tolerating in your home or your work area that doesn't suit your needs, that stresses you out? Maybe it's clutter, maybe it's bad lighting, maybe it's bad feng shui, which, by the way, I always laughed about feng shui, but as soon as I feng shuied my office, let me just tell you, like the next day, I got 3 brand new corporate clients. I was like, okay, I'm a believer in feng shui, so check it out. More importantly, where have you gotten too busy? Too busy to commit to your spiritual practice? Too busy to listen to the guidance of your non-physical support system, who, by the way, knows a whole lot more about what's going on than you do? This sacred opportunity will likely never happen again in our lifetime. It's the gift that you have been given to stop and breathe and reflect. You get to look honestly at the parts of your life that weren't working for you in the first place and either repair them or walk away and never look back. So as humans, we continue to prove over and over again in every major crisis, the harder it gets, the more deeply we align. Please let this time of great dissonance remind us that we are all one. And we're here for each other. Brian sang about that earlier. I want to close by reading a clip that I cut from a magazine years ago, and I actually hung it on my office wall. In fact, I'm going to read it from my office wall. It's called Susie Orman's 5 Laws of Life. If you're not familiar with Susie Orman, she's Oprah's financial guru or whatever. So anyway, I literally cut this out of a magazine and hung it on my wall. And it goes like this. May every thought that you think be etched in fire in the sky for the whole world to see, for in fact it is. Number 2, may every word that you say be said as if everyone in the world can hear it, for in fact they can. 3, may every deed you do recoil on top of your head, for in fact it will. 4, may every wish that you wish another be a wish that you wish for yourself, because in fact it is. And number 5, may everything you do be done as if God himself is doing it, for in fact he is. Thank you for letting me hang with you this morning. I love you all. Good to see you.
Wow. Thank you, Cyndi. It's so great to hear you speak again. It's been a while. I remember the first time you came to Unity. And
Me too. Like 12 years ago.
it was like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you,
In
Brian.
the Midwest.
I miss you
city are
guys.
from?
I'm in Kansas City area.
That's right. Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
Not that other one.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the Kansas side, but it's a greater Kansas City area. So
Oh, you are?
that's my hood. I'm going to come back and see you as soon as you'll let me.
Yeah, hopefully that's soon. But we have Mark Schneider coming up in a few minutes with announcements. I think he's got something to say about at least our first in person. But thank you again.
Thank you,
All
Brian.
right, we are going to go a little bit of How Far is Heaven? Nope. Got to get the right note first. help me get away. 'Cause only you can save me now from this misery. I've been lost in my home place, and I'm getting weary. How far is heaven? And I know I need to change my ways of living. How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me? Locked up way too long in this crazy world. How far is heaven? And I just keep on praying, Lord, just keep on living. How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? 'Cause I just got to know how far, yeah. How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me? Cielo e ci metto benedizione, 'cause I know there's a better place than this place I'm living. How far is heaven? And I just got to have some faith, just keep on giving. How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? 'Cause I just got to know how far, yeah. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? I just got to know how far, yeah. How far is heaven? I just want to know how far, yeah.
Wow, guys, thank you. That was great. Keith, good to see you. Good to hear you. And everybody today, our music team, thank you so much. Cyndi Swall, what can I say? Every time we see you, you stretch us, you put things out there we need to think about, and you just put things together so well for us. Our Bliss mentor, thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Mark Schneider. I am on the board of Unity on the River. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. And I encourage you to step up and join your community, much like Cyndi had mentioned, because it's all of us that can make a small difference. Every little thing that you do. But I want to thank you for coming out. It's May 2nd. Oh my gosh. And what do we have going on? Oh, I'm supposed to tell you that you can donate on the site. You can also do it by texting to give to 833-702-4337, or we even have Venmo on our website is a link for that. You can just plug right under that with your phone, and it does use Apple or Google Pay. Upcoming things, next week we have Tom Paolini, one of our licensed Unity teachers, will be our headline speaker. So make sure you come on out for that. He's gonna, I don't know if he's bringing his garbage bag of stuff, but it's always entertaining. So please do come check that out. And the community meeting, yes, we put it off this year due to things. And this is opportunity to actually get together in person on May 23rd. Is that 3 weeks away on a Sunday? I think it's going to be 1 or 1:30. I want to make sure we have enough time after service to get there, but we will be using the synagogue in Newburyport to get together. There is enough room in the main meeting hall where if we mask and use social distancing, we can all get together very safely and have a great time together. We've got the new board to vote in. We have a couple other matters to talk about. Keep your eye on the website for updates. Again, I think it's 1 or 1:30 under negotiation. Renee, Cindy says hi. Sorry, had to do that. And you can Zoom as well, right? There will be links as well as being there live. I believe we're going to do the service Zoom, but we'll do the meeting there live. Fantastic. I think that's all I've got right now. And I would just bless you, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. We do our song?
Well, I guess we will, I'll take it out from here. Yes, thanks again to Cyndi. Thank you, Mark, for the announcement. And thanks to Mickey. I'm not sure where she went, but for helping out. And we are still, at least for this week, going to use the separate link for hospitality. So go to the other link that we've been using through most of the pandemic here for the hospitality, okay? But quite soon we're going to merge them, and we'll just we'll find a smooth way to transition from here into the hospitality afterwards. But I'll see you over there. If you need that link, it's on the website. And why don't we all join hands with each other and realize that, hey, we're coming on 14 months in this, and we got each other through it, and we're gonna be okay. We're opening up here in Massachusetts, so I know New Hampshire is as well, and I don't know. It feels good to be with everyone. It feels good to see everyone in Zoom. And here we go. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Oh my goodness, I know if I do the unity blessing, I'm going to mess it up a little. So why don't we all unmute, and Meg, why don't you lead us in
Oh my gosh, well, how about Cyndi?
I can do it.
There we go. We always get the order mixed up.
Hello, everybody.
Take it away, Cyndi.
Oh, okay. Are you guys ready for this? Everybody's unmuted. You're going to do the I ams. The light of God surrounds me.
I am
the light of God.
The love of God enfolds me.
I
I
am
am the love of God.
The power of God protects me.
The power of God.
The presence of God watches over me.
I am the presence of God.
Watches over me.
Here we go, all together.
Wherever we are,
God is,
And
all is well.
well.
We are richly
richly
Yes.
blessed.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Cyndi.
Thank you. Let me get this.
Thank you, Meg.
Gallery view to say goodbye.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucian.
Bye, everyone.
Love you all. We'll see you
Bye.
at coffee
Yeah,
hour.
hospitality.
Yeah. Peace and love.